Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Design with the Designer with Harry Uche Ukala. Yes, and I welcome you on board to tonight's session. Yes, so um, tonight's session is a very interesting one. Yes, we're going to be doing something very interesting today. So it's been an amazing week for all of us here at Graceville Solutions. As a family, yes, we clocked 3,000 subscribers on this amazing platform. And of course, we couldn't have done it without you watching me right now. Yes, you made all the difference. You gave us the push, the support, the criticisms, and literally everything we need to keep going all through these years. And we do not take your support, your subscription for granted. We are immensely grateful. So once again, thank you, and thank you once again. Yes. So today's session, it's like I said, something unusual. We're not going to be literally working on any project tonight. Yes, it's let me say an off day. Yes, we're not going to be no photoshopping today, right? So we're just going to be reminiscing on the journey thus far. Yes, from 2023 up till date. And yes, so I've split this live stream into three parts. Yes, we're going to review some of the amazing videos, okay, from 2023. We're going to review the amazing moments from 2024. I'm also going to do the same for 2025 as well. Right, so this is what we've been doing today. And of course, tonight's session won't be completed without, of course, the usual giveaways. Yeah, you're right. Everybody loves giveaway, don't we? Yeah, sure we do. And of course, we're not going to disappoint you because we're going to be doing an amazing, massive giveaway tonight. Yes, I'm giving away, yes, let me just pull up what I have here. Right, I'm giving away, of course, premium PSDs. I did some on Tuesday. Yes, when we clocked 3K subs. I gave out one in my Telegram and WhatsApp community. And by the way, if you want to be a part of that community, of course, why not? WhatsApp and Telegram. I'll leave links to join right in this live session. And if you're watching by reason of the replay, it's going to be in the description box or as a pinned comment right in the comment section. So of course, so I did a giveaway in those communities on Monday. I gave out PSD files and of course my font pack, which contains over 1,000 high quality premium fonts. Yes, tonight is even more massive. I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a bumper package. I'm going to be giving away premium PSD files once again. And then I'm also going to be giving away high quality gradient backgrounds. Yes, these are what people sell. Other designers, some other designers will sell as would sell as their premium packs, but I'm giving it all away for free right here. Yes, so high quality gradient backgrounds, then also high quality backgrounds as well, abstract backgrounds that you can use for your project. Then I'm also giving away 3D text packs. Yes, 3D text packs to boost the aesthetics of your project. Yes, so if you don't have, let's say a 3D enabled system you use for your projects, you can just use this text packs and it will also give you that same result. That's now, if you watch my live, I think 2 weeks ago where I talked about, 2 or 3 weeks ago where I talked about how you can use AI to generate 3D text, right? So this is more like yes, this is going to save you all that stress and you're just going to get the templates and use them for your project, right? That's if you don't want to use AI to generate your text as well. So I'm going to be giving away 3D text packs and of course 3D mockups. Now what's a mockup? Mockup is simply you presenting your projects in a way to your clients that like giving them an idea of how that project will look like when it's actually printed or published. So it's like a make-believe version of the project. Okay. Yes, so that's what mockups are. It just gives the clients an idea of how the project will look like when it becomes or how it will look like in real life. Right, so that's what the mockups are used for. And mockup, of course, as a professional designer, or even as an upcoming designer, you have to use mockups. You need mockups. So I'm going to be giving away tons of mockups tonight as well. So it's a pretty loaded package. Yes, and the links to drop the links to grab this offer will be in the live session as we proceed in tonight's session. Now, but however, we're going to play a little game tonight. Yes, the entire pack is passworded, and yes, I put the passwords in the 3 sessions: 2024, 2023, 2024, 2025. Right. So you need to watch the entire live. You need to stay on for the entire live to be able to get the complete passwords. Right. So, like I said earlier, I split this live session into 3 parts: 2023 videos, 2024 videos, of course, 2025. Yes, those are really amazing moments that we all love. So you're going to watch the entire session. You ensure you stay on throughout this live session to get the 3 passwords. So you're going to merge all of them to get the complete password that you're going to use to unlock the files I'm going to be giving away. Once again, like I said, I'm giving away premium PSDs, high definition backgrounds, gradient backgrounds, and abstract backgrounds. And I'm also beginning with 3D text packs, massive text packs, and of course 3D mockups as well. Right, so once again, the passwords would be embedded in the 3 years, 2024, 2023, 24, and 25. So you need to watch you need to stay on the very end of this live stream to get the complete passwords. Right, so without further ado, yes, once again, thank you to you and you watching me right now for your amazing support all through these years. So 2025, yes, we hit 3K. So let's make it up to 5K even before the end of the year. I think, yes, with you by my side, we can get it done. So without wasting much time, we're going to go straight into my screen so we can see what we have here. Once again, thank you for all your support. So we're going to start with the year 2023, and from there we progress to 2024, and of course we progress to 2025. So thank you once again, and let's go straight into my laptop to see what we've got. So see you right after the live session. Alright, so we are in Photoshop, and by the way, for this tutorial I'm using Photoshop 2020, but the method I'll show here definitely works for any version of this software. Alright, so the first method that you can use to correctly import your images into Photoshop is by going to your file, and then you go to you go to file and go to place embedded. Alright, so this is place embedded, and then you click that and it takes you to your computer and then you navigate to the folder where you have your images. So this is the image I want to use for this tutorial. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to click right here place, or I just double click on this, and it's going to bring in the image straight into Photoshop. Alright, so as you can see, our image has been successfully imported. So I can just click and I can just expand this, so it's going to fill up the canvas like so. Okay, now the second method is similar to the first. Okay, I just go to where I see my file, and I go to place linked, and it takes me to the document or the image I want to import into Photoshop, and I double click, and it brings the image right into my canvas. Alright, so this is the second method. Alright, so the third method, it's quite interesting. Okay, now you can just navigate to the folder where you have your image you want to import, like so, and you say right click, and then you select open with Photoshop. Okay, so I'm going to select Photoshop like so, and voila, it comes. The image is opened in Photoshop. Okay, so I can just click this and drag it into my work area like so, and of course I can expand it to fill up the canvas, something like this. Alright, so something like so, and I click this check mark. Alright, now to the final method that you can use to correctly import your images into Photoshop. Okay, I'm just going to go to the folder. Okay, so this is the folder, the image I'm using for this tutorial, and I'm going to click it and drag it into my Photoshop. Okay, I'm going to drag it into Photoshop like so, and as you can see, okay, on the canvas there is a plus sign on the cursor. Alright, so that means you can drop it. Alright, so when you let go, you can see that your image or images would be imported into Photoshop. Okay, so these are the methods that you can use to correctly import your images into Photoshop. Alright, so I'm sure you had value from this video. If you did, please give this video a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel for more amazing graphic design and internet tips, tricks, and tutorials. So till I see you in my next video, take care Stay safe. Hello, Graceville Solutions here, and in today's video, I'll be showing you step by step how to create this beautiful birthday flyer right in Photoshop. So if you're ready, let's go. Alright, so we're going to be using a dimension of 5 inches by 7 inches. So I go to File and New Documents, and yeah, then I come and change it to inches. So where I have, okay, here becomes 5, here becomes 7. Then you can give your project a title, and my resolution is at 300. Then I go down to click create. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to take my shape tool. Okay, and I'm going to draw a rectangle just above this. Okay, just above my canvas. And show is a white rectangle. So I'm going to change the color of this to white. Alright, then I'm going to rasterize this. So I come to the layer options right here, right click and select rasterize. So next up, I'm going to begin by bringing these rectangles in here. So as you can see here, we have these 2 rectangles right here. All right. So I'm going to go to once again to my shape tool right here. Take my rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw this. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to duplicate the rectangle. All right, something like so. And then I'm going to change this to, okay, I'm going to make this, change this to, I'll just change them, rename them as rectangle 1, and rectangle 2 for easy identification. Alright, so these are the images that I'm using for this tutorial. I'll leave a link to where you can download them in the description box. Okay, so next up, I'm going to bring in the client's image. Okay, I'm going to just right click and open in Photoshop. Alright, so next up, I'm going to get rid of the background. And by the way, if you're using Photoshop 2020 and above, there's a pretty easy way to remove background from images. Just come to where you have the properties bar right here, and then you go to where you have remove background. Okay, and then just leave Adobe Photoshop AI to just do that for you. So I'm going to drag it into my work area. Yes, here. So next thing I'm going to do right here, I'm going to group these, Ctrl J, select all of them, Ctrl G, and group them as the background. Alright, so next up, I'm going to change the colors of one of these rectangles to the same color on the gown that the client is wearing. So I'm going to double click this, and then I'm going to take my color picker and just pick the green here. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to go back to this image. Okay, then of course I'm going to desaturate the image by pressing Ctrl Shift U on my keyboard. All right, and I'm going to drag it right into the work area. Now ensure that okay, let me rename this as image or background image. Now ensure that this image is right above the rectangle. All right, so this is the rectangle. This is the green rectangle. So ensure that the image is above the rectangle. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to clip this to my image. So I'm going to right click and say create clipping mask. Okay, cool. So I'm going to ensure that it fills up the entire rectangle like so, and then I'm going to go to where I have my blending options right here, and then I'm going to just select something overlay, or I think overlay is cool. So as you can see, there's this cool effect that the rectangle has created on and this cool effect that the image has created on the rectangle. All right, so next up I'm going to bring in yet another image. All right, so next up I'm going to drag this once again into my work area, and then I'm going to ensure that it's above the other rectangle. So I'm going to clip this to this clip the image to this rectangle. So I'm going to right click here and say create a clipping mask. So then I intend to fill up the space. All right, so I think our design is coming together. So next up, let me see what next here. Okay, so I'm going to start. Okay, let me just add the caption, which is this happy birthday here. Okay, so I'm just going to save my time. Okay, let me just copy this from here so we don't spend much time on this video. Alright, so I'm going to copy the text from here, drag it into the work area like so. Okay, place it here. Take it above all the ellipses. Alright, turn it on. So this is the font we're using. And by the way, the font we use for this is let me confirm that. The font we use is called Different Beginning Demo. Okay, so that's the font we used. Now, so how did I achieve this? Let me just explain that. Now, what I did here was that I typed just a regular text, and then I converted it to a smart object, and then I clipped an image to the font or to the text. So that's why you see that if you look at this shape, the text very well, you see that it has some kind of stroke on it because I had to clip an image to that particular text. Okay, and this is the image right here. This is the image. So as you can see here, this is the reflection of the image that I clipped to this particular text. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to just rasterize so I'm just going to rasterize the entire birthday text. Okay, so I'm going to come to the text layer option right here, and then I'm going to rasterize. Okay, first of all, come out to a smart object, and then I rasterize the layer. Cool. All right, so next up I'm going to start adding some effect to this. So I go to my blending options, and I'm just going to add stroke. Okay, I'm going to add a stroke, and I'm going to take it from, sorry about that, I'm going to take it from the heart of the client, this. Okay, I think let me go for the gold here, a bright yellow. I think it's cool. All right, so next up I'm also going to, you can also increase the stroke if you want to. Then I also go to contour bevel, just give it a bevel. I think I want emboss, right? And then I can reduce the depth and also reduce the size as well. All right, then I can also add maybe drop shadow if you want to, just to tweak around. So you can just tweak around and see what works for you. All right, so next up I'm going to bring in my confetti. All right, so I'm going to drag this into my my work area. So I'm going to take it over the image. The next up, what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to create a masking layer. Okay, come here, and where I have my my layer options right here, and then I go to where I have add layer, then I go to my brush tool right here, or I can just press the letter B on the keyboard to activate my brush tool. Now ensure that your foreground color is set to black and the background is set to white right here. And then what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to rasterize this layer. Okay, once again, let me take my brush tool, pressing letter B. Okay, it's going to ask me, do you want to rasterize? I click yes. So what I'm going to do is just I'm just going to brush off part or Ctrl Z. Ensure that your foreground color is set to black and background is white. So I'm just going to swap this, click these double boxes, or click this arrow to swap it. Now ensure that you select the mask layer, okay, not the actual image layer. Ensure that the mask layer is selected, and here set to black and white, and then start to brush off slowly so that it doesn't get in the way of the client's image. So next up, I'm going to go back to my design right here. There's this. So I go to my design right here and pick the word mommy, which is this very one here. So I'll just go and yeah, so that's the folder. I'll just go and take this and bring it into my image right here. Copy, enlarge it, something like so. All right. So I'm sure you're having value from this video. If there's any part of this video that's not clear, of course, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section, and of course, I will attend to them as soon as possible. So give this video a like, leave your comments in the comment section, and of course, subscribe to my channel because I make a ton of videos on graphic design and general internet tips and tricks. So I'm going to bring in this little banner image right here that contains the name of the client. So I already structured them right here. I think I saved this as name good. So I'm just going to drag this in. So these are that's why it's always good to okay, group your images, okay, group your layers. Okay, so this is where I have the entire document or banner image located. So I'm just going to drag this and bring it into my work area like so. Okay, then I can reposition it, bring it down, something like so. Okay, I think that's cool. So next up, I'm going to add the date, which is this very one here. Okay, so this is the date. This is the one that says July 12th. So I'm just going to locate it on my layer options right here. I said, yeah, so this is it. So now what does it contain? As you can see right here, it contains the text, which is July 12th right here. It also contains the month, which is this, and it also contains an ellipse. All right, so those are the elements of this design. The date, that's the ellipse right here, and the day and the month. Okay, so I'm just going to click this and drag it into my work area like so. Position it here, and then you can just reposition it to just fill up the space. Yes, and by the way, for this font, for the name of the client, I used Montserrat. Okay, right here. So if I should just come to properties panel right here. Okay, that's it. That's the font I use for the name of the client, Montserrat. That's this very one, Montserrat italics, extra bold italics. Okay, so I just use different typefaces for this particular for the name of the clients. All right, so this is how you can design a beautiful happy birthday flyer. So once again, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section, and of course I'll leave the link to the images that I use for this design in the comment section, or in the description box rather. So feel free to practice along, and of course show me your designs on my Instagram handle at gracevillesolutions. You can also connect with me on Facebook and YouTube and other social media platforms as well. So thanks for watching, and until I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe. Hello, this is going to be a quick one. In today's video, I'll be showing how to design this simple but beautiful social media flyer. So we're going to be using a dimension of 1080 pixels by 1080 pixels, and I'm going to go to my shape layers here and take my shape tool and draw a rectangle. All right, something like so. And I'm going to ensure it's white, so I'm going to go to my color picker, set it to white, and then I'm going to rasterize this. Okay, and ensure you come to your blending options and click rasterize here. All right, so next up I'm going to bring in my images. Okay, and by the way, these are the images that I'm using for this design process. Okay, I'll leave a link to where you can download them in the description box, so feel free to practice along. All right, so I'm going to drag into my Photoshop, something like so, and I'm going to use it and ensure it fills up the canvas. Then I come to the layer options here, and I'm going to rename this to, yeah, let me just hit the doodle image, hit enter. So next up, I'm going to gradually fade this image into the background. So in order to do that, I ensure that the image layer option is here is selected. Okay, this, and I come to my opacity tool and I slide this down. Okay, so as you can see, as I slide it down, the image gradually fades into the background. All right, so something like this is nice because this design is for a tech company, a tech brand, so you have to use you know, images that or documents that represent whatever you're trying to design. Cool. So next up, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a layer mask for this. So I come down to, once again, ensure that the image layer is selected. I come down here, click this, and then I go to my brush tool by pressing the letter B on the keyboard. Alright, ensure your foreground color is set to black and the background set to white. And then I can increase the size of the brush by pressing the right arrow bracket on the keyboard. Now I'm just going to brush off and just brush off slightly some part of this. Okay, just to okay, just brush off slightly. I think this is cool, so I Ctrl V, or I click V to drop the brush tool. Alright, so next up I'm going to bring in my image. Okay, the image of the subject, which is this one. So I'm going to right click and say open with Photoshop. Alright, so next up I'm going to remove the background from this image. Now if you're using Photoshop 2020 and above, you can remove the background from images in just one click. Alright, so what you do, you come to where you have the properties tab and go down to where you select quick options and go to remove background. Alright, so I'm going to click that and just allow Adobe AI to completely remove the background from that image. Yeah, so we have successfully removed the background from this image. So I can let me just tweak this image a bit. I'm going to ensure that the image layer is selected right here. Okay, the image layer is selected. Or before I can do that, let me just convert this to a smart object. Convert to smart object like so. And then I come to where I have the go to where I have filter and select open in camera raw filter. Alright, so I'm just going to go to where, okay, give it a bit more vibrance. And then I come to where I have the contrast. Okay, okay, make sure it comes out. Go to the black, increase the blacks. Then I go right ahead and I click OK. So I'm going to give the image some effects. So I'm going to go to my blending options right here. To my layer options, I'm going to right click and go to blending options. And then I'm going to add some, just sort of drop shadow to the image, drop shadow. Change it to black. Okay, like this. And then I'm going to go to where I have the contour option right here. I'm going to click this and change this to the other option, something like so. And then I go right ahead and click OK. So okay, I'm going to go back to the blending options and just increase the spacing right here. I'm going to increase the spread rather. Okay, and the size. Okay, increase the size, increase the distance. Okay, just tweak it a bit. Alright, the spread. Yeah, I think that's okay. Cool. So I'm going to start adding my text to this image. So I'm going to go to, I already have it in my notepad, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, Ctrl C to copy. Go to my work area. Take my text by pressing the letter T on the keyboard. And I'm going to paste with Ctrl V. Alright. I'm going to use the font Montserrat. Okay, so you can download that from the internet, it's free. So I'm going to choose Montserrat and I'm going to go for a extra bold. Yeah. And I'm going to change this to green to match with the client's color. Just go for a darker shade of it. Yeah, something like so. So I'm going to expand it, something like this. Alright, so let me bring this down a bit further. Okay, I'm going to reduce, let me check if this, okay, I'm going to reduce the tracking, change to 0, cool. Yeah, let me convert that to 0. And then I'm going to go to my rectangle tool right here. So if you're having value from this video, please give this video a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel for more graphic design tips, tricks, and tutorials. So I'm going to go to my shape tool, draw a rounded rectangle like so. Okay, let me do that again. Alright, draw, okay, something like so. Okay, then I'm going to change this to the same color on this. Okay. Alright, then I'm going to sort of increase the roundedness of the rectangle. So I just come here, and then where I have this pixel, just change it to like 30. Alright. Yeah, that's cool. And then I can increase this a bit further. Alright, so I'm going to copy or paste the word huge. I'm going to copy this and take my text tool by pressing the letter T on the keyboard. All right, and Ctrl A, Ctrl V. Okay, huge. Then I'm going to go for a bright yellow. So I'm going to go to my properties panel right here, change this to a bright yellow. Okay, yeah, something like so. Perfect. All right, then I'm going to drag this into this area. Hit enter. All right, so next up, I'm going to give this a drop shadow. Okay, so I'm going to go right click and go to blending options, and then I'm going to give it a drop shadow. Yeah, change this back to the default option. Let me reduce the opacity. Okay, this is cool. Click OK, and then I'm going to expand this. Okay, make sure it pops out. Cool. All right, so next up, I'm going to go to my notepad once again. I'm going to copy this. Ctrl C to copy. Okay, take my text to come here, and Ctrl A, Ctrl V to paste. And once again, I'm going to select the green color on the same on this. Yes, let's make it bold. All right, so I'm going to resize this to fill up the space here. Okay, something like so. All right, then I'm going to go once again to my notepad, and I'm going to copy this. Are you ready? Okay, come to my text tool. Take my text tool here. Control. Okay, I'm going to paste this. Ctrl V to paste, and then I'm going to change drop my text first of all, and I'm going to change this to. I'm going to use the font. Let me check. I think I've got the Collie font right here. Yes, I think is this Archipelago. I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to change the font to that, and I'm going to change this font to black. This text to black, or a darker shade of this green. Cool. And then I'm going to click this. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So we're almost done with this design. So if you're having value from this video, please give this video a like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and of course, yeah, leave your questions and comments in the comment section. So I'm going to give this rectangle right here some effects. Okay, so I'm going to go to the rectangle layers right here and right click and go to blending options, and then I'm going to go to bevel. All right, just to give it that, and go to contour. Yes, and then I can increase the depth a bit, increase the size. Yes, and then I can just come to where I have style. Yes, go for, you can either change to inner bevel or emboss, whichever one you're comfortable with. But I think emboss is cool. Then you can also add a stroke. Just play around this effect to see what works for you. You can also add maybe a stroke, give the lighter shade of this green, like a lemon color, and see what works for you. But I don't think I need stroke on this. So I think a contour is, let me go for a drop shadow and see. Okay, I think that's cool. Drop shadow is cool. So just play with the effect and see what works best for you. Yeah, so this is how, yeah, you can design a simple promotional flyer for a tech brand. Okay, so I'm sure you had value from this video. If there's any part of this tutorial that's not clear, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section, and of course I will attend to them as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, and until I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe. Hello, this is Graceville Solutions, and I've got something very interesting today. Okay, I'll be showing you guys how to remove watermark from your images. So if you're ready, let's go. All right, so this is the image that we're using for this tutorial, and as you can clearly see here, there is a watermark on this image. And by the way, I created this watermark in Photoshop. So if you want me to do a video on how to create a watermark in Photoshop, please feel free to make the request in the comment section. So if the requests are much, I might consider making a video on that topic. Okay, so the website I'm using for this tutorial is called watermarkremover.io. I'll leave a link to that website in the description box. Okay, so if we go right here where it says upload image, so I'm going to click this button, and then it takes us to our computer, and then we locate the image we want to use, which is this one right here. So I'm going to double click this, and then we wait for the image to be uploaded on the website. Okay, as you can see right here, the image is being uploaded, okay, right here. So I'm just going to pause the video while this uploads. All right, so as you can see right here, the image has finished processing, and on the image on the right, okay, sorry, on your left, okay, there is the watermark, and on the image on the right, as you can clearly see, there is no watermark at all. So give it a try and drop your comments in the comment section. Okay, and one other thing I like about this website is that it also has a ton of amazing features. Okay, it has an amazing background remover feature. You can also upscale your image. Okay, if you have a poor quality image, you can increase the resolution using this website, and also it has the capacity to shrink your images. Okay, so I'll be doing more videos on this website. Okay, so maybe in my next video I'll be showing you guys how to remove background using this website, and also how to upscale your image using this website as well. So I'm sure you had a lot of value from this video. Okay, you can now remove your watermark from any kind of image, okay, from any stock website, okay, using the trick I've shown you on this website as well. So once again, the website is called watermarkremover.io. I'll leave a link to this website in the description box. So thanks for watching. I'm sure you had value from this video. Please like this video, share, and also subscribe to my channel for more amazing graphic design, internet tips, tricks, and tutorials. So till I see you in my next video, take care and bye bye. Hello, this is Graceville Solutions, and in today's video you would be learning 2 ways to download high quality images from Pinterest.com. Alright, so we are already on Pinterest, and I'm just going to search for let's say let's just say texture background. So I'm going to search for the keyword texture background, URE backgrounds. Alright, then I hit enter. Oh, I think there's a mistake there. It should be backgrounds. Let me correct that. It should be backgrounds. Okay, hit enter. Alright, so we have a lot of cool stuff, cool results here. These are cool backgrounds. Okay, so let me just go with this. Alright, so as you can see here, this is the background I want to use for my project. Okay, you have other options here, but let me just go with this first one. Now, if I want to download this background, okay, it's pretty simple. Now, right here, where you have this 3 dots right here, you're just going to click this, and then you can say download. Alright, so I'm just going to download this image right away. So I click that, and as you can see right here, it's been downloaded to my computer. Alright, so I'm going to go right ahead and open this and to show in the folder. Alright, so this is the image we just downloaded. As you can see right here, it's saved on my computer. Alright, so this is the first method to download images from Pinterest.com. Okay, so let's say I want to use, let's say I'm searching for, okay, let's use another word. let's say I'm searching for cool gradients. Okay, let's just say gradients background, gradients backgrounds. Okay, and I hit enter. All right, so if I want to download this background, okay, there's another way to do that. So all I just need to do is to right click on the background I want to download, and I say save image. All right, so I'm going to click save image, and then my download manager is going to pop up, and okay, so I can rename the document to whatever I sorry about that. Okay, let's repeat the process. Okay, right click and select save image. Okay, so it's asking me to download and go right ahead. So as you can see right here, all I just need to do right now is to rename my image, though it's not compulsory that you should rename your image. You can leave it at the default notation, but I just wish to rename my image as let's say purple HD, and then I go right ahead and I click download right here. So as you can see, this is our image right here. It has completely downloaded. So I'm going to click the folder to open the image, and voila, this is the image we just downloaded. So let's say I also want to search for, let's just say, business flyer samples. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into my screen. So I can just say business flyer ideas. Okay, and I hit enter. Alright, so wow, we have a lot of really cool ideas right here, flyer samples. So you can just pick any one of your choice. So if you are a graphic designer, I mean, you've got to really love Pinterest, because there are a lot of cool stuffs on this platform. Okay, from icons to backgrounds to ideas for your next project to logo design samples and a lot more. All right, so this is how you can download images from Pinterest. Okay, so I'm sure you had value from this video. If you did, please give this video a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel for more amazing graphic design and general internet tips, tricks, and tutorials. So till I see you in my next video, it's bye for now. Hi, this is Graceville Solutions, and in today's video, I'll be showing you 3 amazing websites that can help you make better color choices as a graphic designer. So if you're ready, let's head straight into the video. Alright, so the first website we'll be looking at is Canva. Alright, now if you are a graphic designer or any form of content creator, then I mean Canva is your good-to-go website for a ton of really cool stuff, ranging from YouTube thumbnails to social media posts, to Instagram reels, to videos, and a lot of stuff, really cool stuff. But what most of you don't know is that Canva also has an amazing color wheel. Okay, so I'll leave a link to the Canva color wheel in the description box. All right, so now this is how the Canva color wheel works. Okay, first of all, when you hop onto the platform or the website, okay, you have a couple of options there. You have your, okay, first of all, this is your color wheel, and then you have your options. On that way, you have color combinations. You have a couple of options. You have your monochromatic, your analogous, sorry about that. You have your triadic and tetradic. Okay, okay, so let's just stick with for the tetradic. You have 4 options, 4 colors that match whatever designs or whatever you are given by the client, or whatever you want to do for your design, okay, or on your design rather. So we have the analogous, the triadic, okay, but I think let's just start with the complementary. Okay, now this complementary gives you two options. Okay, you have 2 color palettes here that matches, 2 different color that matches. Okay, so let's say you want to switch it, let's say, or you want to make another color option. You can just take this this circle here and then take it around. Okay, you can take this as well. So as you can see, as you're changing the wheel, you see that the color right here is also changing. Okay, I'm sure you noticed that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so you can also copy the exact code. Just click the code to copy. Okay, you can click this to copy. Okay, so let's say you want okay, more options. You can go for the triadic. So this triadic is really cool because it gives you 3 really cool colors. Okay, match three blending colors for your designs or your projects. Okay, so one is usually your primary color, one is your secondary color, and the other your accent color. Okay, so let's say I want to tweak this wheel a bit. Okay, I can, let me go for a red. You can even bring it inwards. Okay, like so, something like this. Can take this in. So as you adjust either of the circles, you see that the Canva AI would automatically generate, okay, an alternate color that matches your color choice. Okay, so you can, okay, like I said earlier, so if you're cool with this, for example, you can just go ahead and copy the exact codes for these color combinations and use them for your and paste them in your any of your graphic design software like Photoshop or Illustrator or whatever you are using to design your project. Okay, so so let me just show you how to use this in, let's say, Photoshop. Okay, so let's say I want to, okay, let me just go back to the complementary option. Okay, so let's say I want to, okay, let me zoom out. So let's say, let me just go for another color combination. Okay, something like so. Okay, I think I prefer, okay, I think this is cool. Then one other interesting thing about this camera color is that you can also sort of edit the color combinations as well. So let's say I want to, okay, you can adjust the hue, okay, the saturation, okay, you can adjust it, okay, the luminance, okay, you can make it darker or brighter or whatever. So you can, I think this is cool. I think I'm cool with this. Okay, I can also do the same for this. I can adjust this, yeah, like so, saturation. Okay, so when I'm done, I just click the close, this X tab here to close it, and all right, I think I'm cool with this. So I'm going to show you how to use this color code, this exact decimal code in your graphic design software like Photoshop. So here we are in our Photoshop software. So I'm going to create a new, let me create a gradient, a solid fill layer. So I go to my fill adjustment layer right here, and I go for solid color. Okay, so I want to change the color of this. I don't want this color, so I just, let me go back to my Canva color wheel right here. Yeah, so I'm going to copy this code. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, or okay, let's just go for this blue. So I'm going to click this to copy the code, and I go to my Photoshop software. So right here, I'm going to click here and then Ctrl V to paste. Voila! So as you can see, this is the exact. Then of course I click OK. So as you can see right here, this is the exact color, okay, that we generated from our Canva color. So let's assume I want to turn this into a gradient, so I can do the same, just repeat the process I did earlier. Yeah, so I go to my gradient fill layer option, and then I go to gradient. Then I change this to, I can pick any of these, but not the transparent option. I can go for, let's just go for a blue or any color. So I go for this. Then where I have this, the two tabs here, the start and the stop tab here. So I click this, then I come to color, then I paste the exact code. I click OK here. Then I click OK. Then I go back to my Canva color wheel right here. And then I copy this code. I go back to my Photoshop and my gradient option. Okay, right here. I click this and click color, Ctrl V to paste the other color code. Voila! So as you can see, we have a really beautiful gradient right here. All right, so this is how you can use Canva color wheel to generate very beautiful gradient color combinations for your graphic design projects. So the second website that on our list is called mdg.tools. Okay, I'll leave a link to the website in the description box. Okay, now this website is pretty similar to the first, which is Canva, and yeah, so here you have, okay, you have the option of generating a random color. Okay, so I can go right ahead and click this random, and then it picks something that will match it. That would, okay, it automatically generates another secondary color. So we have two options here, the primary and the secondary. So if I click the random here, okay, so it will pick it will generate a color that will match the already chosen secondary color. So you can just keep pressing random, and of course, as you can see, it will be generating a color that will match the already chosen secondary color you've picked here. Okay, so wow, this is amazing. And then of course you can also change the secondary color if you're not cool with that. Okay, you can also change your secondary color by clicking the random button here. Okay, so when you keep clicking the random button, it will generate another color, a secondary color that will match the already chosen primary color. All right, then you can also click the color box here and then choose, okay, adjust the saturation, the fill, the RGB colors, color setting. You can adjust it, okay, as you wish. And then another cool thing about this website, that you can also adjust it from, if you don't want your gradient to be a linear gradient, you want it to be a radial, you can also select that option here, and then it gives you that kind of a radial effect, okay, for your gradients. Okay, for your gradients. Okay, so this is cool. Okay, and one very amazing thing I found about this website is that it gives you the option of downloading the gradients you generated either as a PNG or as a JPEG. Okay, so let's say I want to download, okay, let's say I'm done with this. Okay, I think I find this very cool, and let me set it to a linear gradient here. So let's say I want to download this background as a PNG. I can just still go right there and change the dimension to, let's say, 2000 pixels by let's say 2000 pixels right here. Okay, so I'm going to download this as a JPEG. Okay, so I'm going to click the JPEG tab right here. So as you can see right here, the gradient has downloaded, and I'm going to open it. And yeah, let's see that right here. Voila. So as you can see, this is the gradient we just generated from the website, and of course we can use this in our projects, maybe you want to use it in your whatever graphic design software you use, that's Photoshop, Illustrator, or CorelDRAW. All right, so this is the second website, mdigit.tools. Okay, I'll leave a link to this in the description box. Okay, so the third website is uigradient.com. okay, so this website is really cool, just like the previous one. It gives you hexa code for that you can copy and paste in your graphic design softwares, and of course you can rotate your gradients. Okay, you can rotate it to give you different perspectives to it, and then you can also scroll here. There's a button, there's a tab here. You can use the scrolling to scroll to give you more options for your gradient combinations. I think this is cool. Wedding Day Blues. I like the name Wedding Day Blues. So this is cool and nice. So then, of course, like the other one, you can also download this. So let's say I want to use this as a background in maybe designing a flyer, a logo, or something, or a brand identity project. I can just click this, and where you have get PNG right here, and then you can see right here is downloading right here. So it's done. So we're just going to open it and see how that looks. Wow, this is nice. It's a very, very lovely gradient. Okay, and you can also rotate it to give you different angles to the gradient, and of course it automatically generates hexa code that you can also copy. So all you just need is to click the hexa code and it automatically copies it, and you can go to your graphic software, Photoshop or whatever, and then you can paste it right here. Paste it like so. Good, this is nice. I click OK. And click OK yet again. Alright, so these are some of the websites I use to generate very beautiful colors and gradient combinations for my projects. Okay, so I'm sure you had value from this video. If you did, please smash the like button, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel for more amazing graphic design and internet tips, tricks, and tutorials. So till I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe. Hello, this is Graceville Solutions, and in today's video, I'll be showing you step by step how to design this business flyer right in Photoshop. So if you're ready, let's go. Alright, so these are the images that I'll be using for this tutorial. So I'll leave a link to these documents or images in the description box. So feel free to download them and practice along. And by the way, we'll be using an A5 flyer for this tutorial. So just go to File, New, and then you go to, and by the way, I'm using Photoshop 2023 for this, but definitely the method I'll show you works for any version of this software. So go to Print and then locate where you have View All Presets, and then go to A5 flyer, and you can give your project a title. So I can just say laundry flyer design. Alright, then of course I leave my dimensions at their default settings, my resolution 300, and yes, I go down and I click create. So the first thing I'm going to do right here is to create a new adjustment layer. Alright, so by the way, if you're using Photoshop 2023, of course you can customize your interface. So my layer options are right here, but like I said, if you're using any older version of this software, you can just find your way around it. I mean, the processes are still the same. Alright, so I come to my layer option and go down to where I have the fill and adjustment tab. I click this and I select gradient, and then I'm going to click the gradient tab, come down to basics, click the black and white. Okay, now I already have the color codes in my notepad, so I'm going to include this in the documents that's okay I'll be uploading for and then give you the link to where you can download this in the description box as well. Okay, so I copy this, I click that rather, Ctrl V to paste, I click OK, I go once again to my notepad right here, copy the other color code, the hexa code, Ctrl C to copy, and then I come here, okay, I click this, Ctrl V to paste. Alright, then I go right ahead and click OK. I click OK once again. Then what I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to come to this and click reverse, then come to linear and select radial. Alright, so this, it kind of gives you this cool sort of it's okay, gives you that the light effect at the middle and the darker parts at the edges. Okay, so I click OK. Alright, so next up I'm going to bring in my background. So I go once again to my documents. I like to open this each time I'm doing any design. I like to open my documents or images in a new tab in Photoshop. Okay, so but you can also import it directly into your work area. Okay, just a personal preference. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to desaturate this background. Now to do that, I just hit the shortcut that if you're using a Windows computer, okay, I hit the shortcut Ctrl Shift U. Alright, so as you can see here, the document or the image has been completely desaturated. So I'm going to drag it into my work area like so, and bring it somewhere like this. Okay, so I'm going to resize it to ensure that it fits properly, just to ensure that the middle is properly centralized. Then what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to go to my layer options right here, and then let me rename this as, let me just say sunburst. Okay, sunburst image. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go to my blending options. From here I go to something like overlay or soft light. Okay, let me just zoom out so you see clearly. I can go to overlay or soft light. Okay, I think overlay is cool. Okay, let me just go with overlay. Okay, you can use any option that works best for you. So what next I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to reduce the opacity. Okay, so I come to my opacity tab right here, and then I'm going to drag it down just to reduce it. So as you can see, I just want to fade the sunburst image into the background, just give that cool effect. Okay, you can also fade it further. I think 20 is fine. Alright, so next up I'm going to bring in my another image. Okay, I think I'm done with this, so let me just close this tab. So I'm going to bring in my another image. That's the image of this bubble. Okay, let me just go with the washing machine. So I'm going to right click and I say open in Photoshop. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this into my work area. So I'm going to drag this and bring it into here. Right, so I'm going to drag it so that it fills up the space a bit, something like so. Then I click this icon to drop my tool. Alright, so next up I'm going to go once again to my blending options, to soft light or overlay. Alright, so next up I'm going to okay, let me rename this first. Okay, so I'm going to rename this as washing machines. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to give this a masking layer, create a masking layer for this image. So I go to my mask option right here, I click this. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to take my brush tool by pressing the letter B on my keyboard, and then where I have your color, the foreground and background options right here, now ensure that black is set to the foreground. Yes, ensure that black is set to the foreground and white is set to the background. So what I'm going to do is right here is that this arrow, I'm just going to click this to swap the positions. So as you can see, black is now at the front or at the foreground. So I'm going to brush off a part of this image. Let me just zoom out so you see clearly. Right, so I'm just going to brush it off. Okay, just cool, something like this. Then let me brush off the edges so that it will have that smooth effect at the edges, something like so. And then I'm going to position it something like this. So once again, I come to my opacity layer, to the washing machine image layer, and then I go to my opacity right here. Okay, and then I turn it down just so that it won't be too loud on the background. Right, so I think 28, 29, 27 is cool. All right, so next up I'm going to bring in yet another image. So I'll go to my documents folder, and yeah, I'm going to bring in this bubble. So I'm going to right click once again and select open in Photoshop. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of this because I'm done with it. All right, so I'm going to bring in this bubble background straight into my work area, and then okay, like this, something like this. So I'm going to resize it to fill up some of the spaces. All right, so once again I come to my layer options, I rename this as bubble. All right, then I'm going to go once again to my blending options, and then go for an overlay, soft light. Once again, soft light seems to be my focal point. And then so I'm going to just fade it into the background. All right, something like this. Then I go to my once again I give the bubble layer a masking, create a layer mask for the bubble layer. So I go to my the masking layer here, add the layer mask, come to my foreground, ensure it's black, pick my brush by pressing the letter B on the keyboard. So I just gradually brush off. Let me increase the size of the brush a bit, just brush off, ensure the edges are smooth. Alright, so I can brush it off like this so it doesn't interfere. Then I increase it to go a bit further, just to give it that bubble effect. I can also reduce the opacity a bit further. I think 25 is cool. Alright, so next up I'm going to start bringing adding my text. Alright, so I'll go to my notepad and I copy the word. I copy this. Then I take my text tool by pressing the letter T on the keyboard. The letter T on the keyboard. Before I do that, let me just group this. So I'm going to group the images, and select Ctrl G to select them as or rename them as background. It's good you always group related documents or images on your work area. Alright, so next up I'm going to take my text by pressing letter T on the keyboard. Alright, and then I paste. I've already copied it, so I just Ctrl A, Ctrl V to paste. Alright, now for this word I'm going to use the font Tribelt. I hope I got that correct. Alright, so I go to my character panel, type in, go to T, okay, press letter T, R, E, okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, I think I go for the bold, yes, bold. Let me change this to uppercase. All right, and then I go to ensure that my leading is set to 0, or my tracking is set to 0 rather. So I'm going to bring it, okay, something like this. And then okay, let me resize this, something like so. All right, I already have a color code I want to use for this, so I'm going to go to my notepad once again. I go to my, okay, I copy this, okay, Control C, then I come to the, okay, the text. I right click and I select blending options, and then I go to my create gradient, okay, gradient overlay right here, gradient overlay. I click this, okay, I come to the tab right here, click the first option, click this, Ctrl V to paste. All right, I click OK. Then let me zoom out. Then I go once again to my notepad, I copy this, and then come back to my gradient options, click this, and Ctrl V to paste. All right, so I think this is cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to give this a stroke. So I go once again to my blending options. All right, I'm going to give this a white stroke. Okay, click this, go to, okay, give the white stroke, ensure it's set to outside. All right, something like this, and then I click OK. So next up, I'm going to go back to my notepad and, oh, sorry about that, and copy the, okay, copy the word laundry. All right, okay, I take my text tool once again, and then Ctrl V to paste, okay, ensure it's capital letters. All right, so I'm going to expand this. All right, so I also have a color code I want to use for this this text. So I go to my notepad once again, I copy this. All right, Ctrl C to copy, go to my the layer, text layer, right click and select blending options, and then I go to my gradient overlay, I click this, then Ctrl V to paste, I click OK and OK once again, then I go to once again to my notepad, copy the other color code, Ctrl C, and then come here, oh sorry, not that, click this, and then Ctrl C to paste, Ctrl V to paste rather. So I click OK, OK, and OK. So let me zoom out. So as you can see, it's all coming together. So next up, I'll go back to my blending options, go to, that's for the laundry layer, the text layer, go to blending options and give it a white stroke. Okay, apply the same effect. All right. Now, one shortcut to quickly, okay, get this done is that if you're going to use the same effect on the text, so what you just do is to, okay, instead of doing it all over again, just come to the blending options, okay, go to and then select copy layer style right here, copy this, then come to the other layer, okay, control click, right click, then go and select paste. So you just like literally copy the entire effect from one layer to another. So that's a quick tip to get your job done in faster in Photoshop. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this both layers. So I'm going to duplicate this, right click and select duplicate layer, just to give that sort of 3D, just to give that 3D effect. All right, zoom out. So I'm going to select the other layer and just bring it out a bit, something like this. Just bring it out a bit. All right, I think that's cool. Then I come to the other layer. All right, let me bring this down. Okay, the other layer, right click and also duplicate this. All right, then I'm going to bring it out a bit, just slightly, to give that cool 3D effect. All right, so this is nice. All right, so next up I'm going to add the other text. I'm going to add the text and laundry services. So I'm going to copy this, hit Ctrl C to copy, and then I go to my text layers, take my text tool. All right, and okay, Ctrl A, then Ctrl V to paste. All right, so I'm going to bring this, okay, right here, and then I'm going to use the font Bibas. All right, so I'm going to click this, then come to my character panel and go to Bibas, or I can just type Bibas in the field. Okay, so this is what I got. Go for regular. All right, so I'm going to extend it, and then I'm going to give it like a drop shadow. So I right click on the layer and I go to blending options right here, and then I give it a drop shadow. All right, so let me reduce the spread a bit. All right, okay, increase it, just add it. Okay, I think this is cool. So I click OK. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to group all these my layers. Okay, the text layers. I'm going to hold my Shift key, then scroll down to the entire text layers, Ctrl G to group them, and name it main caption. So I'm going to duplicate this just to have a backup. So Control duplicate group. All right, so I'm going to turn off one of the layers right here. Then I'm going to right click this one and rasterize it. Okay, first of all, convert to smart object, and then you rasterize. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transform this image a bit. So I'm just going to I'm going to press the combination of the keyboard, 2 letters on my keyboard. That's Ctrl T to transform. Then I'm going to right click and select skew. Okay, then I hold my Shift key and then just take my cursor, just drag it up a bit, something like this, just to give it that sort of slanting effect. All right, and then I increase it a bit, something like so. All right, so next up I'm going to bring in my image. So I'm going to I'm going to import my image. I right click and select open in Photoshop. Okay, drag and bring it into my work area like this. So I convert to a smart object, and then I resize this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to work on this image. So first of all, I'm going to rename this. So first of all, I'm going to rename this as image layer, and then I go to my filter and I go to camera raw filter. I just want to work on this image a bit, just do some tweaking to the image. Okay, so I go to reduce the exposure. All right, and increase the contrast, and yeah, just give it a bit of a black. Okay, black, increase the blacks a bit. All right, then just add some vibrance to it. Okay, yeah, so okay, reduce the highlights, and yeah, I'm done. Cool, so our image is looking sharper. All right, so next up I'm going to bring in the promo badge. So I go to my documents folder, I click this and bring it right here. All right, so I'm going to drag this and bring it to my work area. Okay, like so. So I'm going to give this sort of a shadow effect. I right click and go to just add some shadow to this. Okay, I drop shadow. Yeah, I think that's cool. Can reduce this just a bit. Okay, reduce the spread. All right, then I click OK. All right, so next up I'm going to draw a rectangle. All right, so I'm going to go to my shape tool right here, click this, go to my rectangle, draw sort of a little rectangle here. Alright, and then I come to my fill options right here. I click this and I want to give the color from the image. Okay, so I click this. Alright, then I click OK. Yes, perfect. I think it's fine. So I'm going to add the word, okay, services. So I go to my text once again and click this. Okay, just type the word services. Yep. Okay, drop my text tool, and then I go to my color options, the properties bar tab rather, and let me give it a deep blue color because I'm going to put it on the lighter option, lighter rectangle. So I click this, let me reduce it. So if you are having value from this video already, please give this video a like, leave your comments in the comment section, and of course if there's any part of this tutorial that is not clear, feel free to ask your questions, and of course I will attend to them as quickly as possible. Then of course subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be informed whenever I make incredible videos on graphic design. Alright, so next up I'm going to add another rectangle. So I'm going to hold my Alt key, click and drag this. Alright, let me reposition this so it's going to fit in a bit. And then I hold my Shift key and bring this down. Okay, something like so. And then I'm going to give this sort of a deep blue. So I go to my rectangle tab, then I go to my fill options right here, click this and give this a deep blue. Alright, then I drop this. So I go to my opacity layer right here, then reduce the opacity. Alright, this is cool. Then I drop that. Let me zoom out. Alright, let me make the edges a bit rounded. So I go to my property bar, and yeah, I come to the property panel right here. Okay, let me just give this a 20 pixel all around. Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to copy the services, okay, and paste them right there. So I go to my notepad once again. I've already put them in the notepad, so I'm just going to copy all of them one after the other. Ctrl C to copy. And then I take my text tool, alright, select all, then Ctrl V to paste. So I drop my text tool, then I position this. I'm going to resize it and bring it into my work area. Okay, alright, so I want this rectangle to be a bit visible. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a stroke. I'm going to go back to my layer options, the rectangle, then I'm going to give it a stroke. Take my rectangle tool, come to the stroke option, and then let me give it a white. Okay, then I come to, okay, let me zoom in so you see clearly. Then I come to my pixel options just to give it sort of a white stroke at the edges. Alright, so as you can see right here, there's this white stroke at the edges. Okay, just to make it stand out from the background. So next up, I'm going to group this and call them services. So I'm going to hold my Shift key, select these options, these layers, and group them as services. Ctrl G as services. Alright, perfect. So next up, I'm going to add another rectangle. So I'm going to add another rectangle to this, to the bottom here. So I go to my rectangle tool and draw another rectangle, something like so. Let me resize this perfectly, and then I come to then I'm going back to my documents, and then I'm going to import, okay, this into my Photoshop. I'm going to bring this into my work area. I'm going to click this, come out to normal layer, all right, drag it into my work area over the rectangle. Now ensure that the image, okay, which I just imported, is above the rectangle because I want to clip the image to the rectangle. Okay, so like I said, ensure that the image is above the rectangle. So I'm going to rename this as close. All right, cool. So I'm going to zoom out. So I'm going to clip this close layer to the rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to select create clipping mask. So as you can see right here, I have successfully clipped the clothes into the rectangle. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just to resize the image a bit. Okay, right, I think this is perfect, this is nice. So what I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to add a stroke to the rectangle right here. So I'm going to right click and select blending options, and then I go to stroke. Right, so I want to give this sort of this yellow color. Okay, I'm going to go to the color options, then come to this, give it an orange or yellow. I think an orange is better, so I go with an orange, and I click OK. So you can also increase the stroke if you want to. All right, like so. Okay, I think 13 is cool. So when I'm done, I just click OK. So as you can see right here, our designs is coming together. If you are having value from this video already, please give this video a like, leave your comments, and tell me how you feel about this video. Okay, and of course don't fail to subscribe to this channel, because I make a ton of graphic design videos and tech tips as well. And definitely don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Alright, so next up I'm going to bring in my address and the contact details. So I go to my okay, let me just close this. I think I'm done with this. Yes. So I go to my documents once again. I bring this, I right click and say open in Photoshop. Alright, so I'm going to rename this as location icon. So I'm going to click this and drag it into my work area like so. And then I'm going to resize it. Yeah, to fit into the work area. So I'm going to change this color to white. So I'm going to right click and go to blending options, and I'm going to give this a white color. I go to color overlay, change this to white or blue, something, of course, something that would match, that would blend with the background or with the image. Okay, I think this color is cool as well. So I'm going to, I already copied the address in my notepad, so I'm going to copy this right here, Ctrl C to copy, take my text tool, alright, Ctrl V to paste, click this, and I'm going to resize this. Okay, something like so, resize this. Alright, then I take my location icon once again, let me just bring this out a bit. Then I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, I'm going to create a new layer down right here by clicking this plus icon. Then I'm going to go to my marquee tab right here, my marquee tool. I'm going to click this and take my rectangular marquee tool, and then I'm going to ensure that the layer, the new layer I selected, ensure that the new layer you created is active. Okay, then I click this. Okay, I just draw just draw a little stroke, and then I come to this foreground and background color. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to select this orange color. I click OK. Then I go to my paint bucket tool right here, click this, and click inside the shape I just drew. Alright, so as you can see, I've given it an orange color. Then I go to my select option right here, and then deselect. Alright, so I drop my pen bucket tool. Alright, so this is cool. Alright, so I'm going to go to my notepad once again, and yeah, I'm going to copy the contact details. Okay, let me see if I included the phone icon in this. Yes, the phone icon is there, so I'm going to right click and say open in Photoshop. So I'm going to change the color of this icon once again to the same color I did on the phone, on the location icon. So I'm going to click this and bring it into my work area. Alright, so I'm going to change the color of this icon as well to the same we did for the location icon. Okay, so I'm going to bring it in here, just resize it so it doesn't look too big. So I go once again to my blending options. Okay, go to blending options, right click, go to blending options, and go to color overlay, of course the same color we selected for the location icon, and then click OK. So and then I take my text tool. I've already copied the phone number, so I take my text tool and then click here and Ctrl V to paste the phone number. Right, so I'm going to change this color to let me go to my character panel, change this to white or something the same color on this as well. All right, then I can resize this so it doesn't go outside the canvas rather. All right, so okay, one last thing, I'm going to readjust this. So I select all the layers for the contact details and I centralize them, just position them a bit so it will be probably centralized. And then okay, click this, click this, the phone icon and the contact details, the phone number rather, position them, click the two, select the two, take it up a bit. All right, so our design is done and dusted. So this is how you can design a beautiful business flyer right in Photoshop. Okay, so if there's any part of this video that's not clear, feel free to ask your questions in the comments section, and of course I will attend to them as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, and if you found this video useful, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel because I make a ton of videos on graphic design and general internet tips and tricks. So till I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe. In today's video, I'll be showing the top 5 websites for free PNG downloads in 2023. Alright, so I advise you to stick around to the very end of this video because the last website I'll be showing you will definitely blow your mind. Alright, so the first website on our list is none other than google.com. Now, we all know that Google is the biggest search engine in the world, but as a graphic designer, Google can definitely come in handy for high quality content and images. So let's say I'm looking for, let's say banner images, and banner images, and I go ahead and type the word PNG, so I hit enter. So we are given a plethora of options. Then what I'll do is that I just want to filter the options, so I go strictly to images right here. So the results I'll be getting would be strictly images. All right, so as you can see here, we have a ton of high quality banner images and PNG content for your project. So I can just go right ahead and pick any one. Okay, so let me go with this. Or I go with this. Now, of course, we all know that there are some images you're going to find on Google that are copyright free. So you have to filter this content by, so that you get those ones that are free to use. Okay, now in order to do that, you come to where you have this icon right here, quick settings. Then you click it and then you go to advanced search. All right, now you go down to where you have this menu here that says usage, right? So I'm going to come here and click and go to Creative Commons licenses or commercial and other licenses, whichever one you want to go for. So I just go for Creative Commons licenses and I go ahead and click advanced search. So it's going to filter the options for me right here. So whatever option I have right here is going to be those that are not copyright free, so I can use them for my project. Okay, so I can just go right ahead and click any of this. So let me go with this red banner or sticker image. Now, if I want to download this, as you can see right here, it's pretty high resolution. It's 1280 by 1280 pixels. That's quite large. Okay, so in order to download this, I just go right ahead and where I have these 3 dots here, I click this. As I can say save, or I can right click here and just go to save image. All right, so I can just click this and then you can see that the image starts downloading. So it's going to give me the option right here, and I go right ahead and click save. So as you can see right here, I have successfully downloaded this banner image for my project. All right, so the second website on our list is called similarpng.com. Now, this website is really beautiful. I mean, first of all, when you log on to this website, you're welcomed by a very beautiful motion background banner image right here, and you have a ton of pretty cool and high quality images. So these are some of the items that people searched before. So if I should zoom into some of these images, you see that the resolution is quite high, 1500 pixels by 1625 pixels and 2.2 megabytes. Okay, these are pretty large files. Okay, now you can upload. If you have some high quality PNGs you want to share with other designers, you can also go right ahead and click this upload option right here. Now, if you want to search for PNGs on this website, okay, you can just locate the search bar right here and you can filter it to, if you just want PNG images or you want PNG vectors, okay, you can filter them or just uncheck them to have the default option. So if I want to, let's say I just want to search for YouTube icon. Okay, let me zoom out, or zoom in rather, YouTube icon, and yeah, and I go right ahead and click search. All right, so we are presented with a plethora of cool PNG, cool YouTube PNG icons. These are really amazing. So let's say I want to download. Okay, let me go with this. Okay, let me go with this particular one. Okay, let me go with this or this. I think I like this. This is like a 3D icon. So let's say I want to download this 3D icon. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to close this icon right here. All right, so as you can see here, this is a cool YouTube icon, 3D icon, and it's really nice and beautiful. So right here, if I'm to zoom into my screen, you see that the resolution is pretty high, 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels, and of course it says for personal use only. So what this means is that you can't use it for your project. All right, if it's a commercial project, you can't use it, but if it's a personal project, sure, go right ahead. So now to download this PNG icon, this YouTube icon here, I just go right ahead and click downloads, and it's going to ask you if you're a robot, and of course you just uncheck to say I'm not a robot, and then you go right ahead and say and click get link to download. All right, so you wait for that to process, and just a few seconds, and as you can see here, the icon has successfully downloaded to our computer. So I'm going to click this menu here and go to open or show in folder. So it's going to open where the icon is on my computer, and I'm going to click to open it, and voila, as you can see, this is the YouTube icon we just downloaded, and as you can see right here, it's high quality and high definition. All right, so the third website on our list is called highclipart.com. Now this website is yet another cool site for free PNG stuff. I mean, the assets on this website, they are really mind-blowing. So as you can see on the home page, you have a ton of suggestions right here, marketing, building. So it depends on your niche or the project you're working on. You can just save yourself some time by just clicking on these icons, and it takes you straight up to whatever you're looking for. But if you can't find your suggestions or whatever you're looking for here, you can go right ahead and click into the search bar right here, or search field, and type what you're looking for. So let's say I'm looking for Instagram icons, and I go right ahead and hit enter. Wow, as you can see right here, we have a ton of very beautiful Instagram icons for us to download, and they are high quality, and of course they are free of charge. So these are the sizes. So as you can see right here, this is a 1032 pixels by 1032 pixels. That's high quality, high definition. This is 1600 by 1200 pixels. That's another high definition image as well. So I can just go right ahead, and yeah, you have a ton of options. You can go right ahead. They're all PNG, they're transparent. So if I want to get this Instagram icon, so I'm going to click this, and you wait for that to load up, and it's going to pop out on a new page. Then I can go right ahead right here and click download original PNG. Now as you can see, that's high definition, 1.4 megabytes. I mean, this is large. So I'm going to click this to download my image, and I'm going to close this. Okay, you wait for that to load up, and then it's going to ask you, it's going to load up a captcha page for you, and then you're going to check this. It says I'm not a robot, so and then you're going to select these security check. Okay, it's asking for bridges. I'm just going to click this, and I think that's all. Then I'm going to say verify. Okay, I didn't get that right, so I'm going to do it again. This time it's asking for cars. Yes, cars. These are all good. So, and then after that, it's going to give you a link to where, okay, you can use to download your files, and then you can download your image. So as you can see right here, this is the image we just downloaded, and yes, so I'm going to open it up, and you see that it's high definition and it's high quality. Yep, this is really cool. All right, so that's the third website, and it's called, once again, it's highclipart.com. All right, so the fourth website on our list is none other than freepik.com. I mean, this is one of the best websites for free, amazing PNG stuff. Okay, so let's say I'm looking for let me say I'm searching for a red, okay, a sports car, and then I go right ahead and hit enter. So you wait for that to load up. So as you can see right here, we have a ton of options, okay, both free and paid. Okay, now you can filter your options right here where it says free, that's by license, if you want free stuff or premium stuff. So let's just go right ahead and click free, and then let's see what we've got here. So as you can see, we have a ton of options for free PNG. So I'm going to go with this. I think this is nice. And yes, so yes, I mean, this is really beautiful, and of course it's free, so you can just go right ahead and click download. And of course you can give your attribution to the person who uploaded this. Okay, it's just a way of showing some support and relevance to the creator. All right, so you go right ahead and click downloads to start downloading your image, and once again click free download. So your image will start downloading, and voila, as you can see right here, this is our image and it's asking us to download. So I just go right ahead and click start download, and voila, we have successfully downloaded it. So this is how you can download high quality content from this the fourth website on our list, and that's freepik.com. All right, so if you're having value from this video already, please give this video a like, share with your friends, leave your comments in the comment section, and of course subscribe to my channel, because I make a ton of useful videos on graphic design and general internet tips and tricks. So turn on the notification bell so you will be informed whenever I make incredible videos just like this. All right, so the fifth website on our list is none other than pinterest.com. Now, I mean, if you are a graphic designer, then you've got to love Pinterest, because not only can you get high quality PNG images from this website, you can also get ideas for your project. So if, let's say I'm trying to design a flyer for a tech brand, so I can just go right ahead and click tech flyer, or flyer for, okay, for tech brand, and I hit enter. So I'll be presented with a lot of options. So as you can see right here, I mean, I'm presented with a lot of options, flyer options, or that okay, I can draw ideas from. I mean, these are very beautiful flyers. So once in a while, I just come to Pinterest to get some really cool ideas for my project. I mean, these are very beautiful flyers. So you shouldn't stress yourself, you know, on ideas for your project. Just come to Pinterest, and of course you'll be spoiled for options. So like I said earlier, you can also get high quality banner images from this website. So as you can see, these are high quality PNG content that I can add to my designs to make them stand out. Okay, social media icons, social media handles, icons, and even green screen download videos. Okay, as a YouTuber, okay, you need to add this to your project. So I mean, you can even get high quality green screen videos from Pinterest. I mean, this is really amazing. So yes, so these are the best websites for free PNG contents and downloads in 2023. All right, so I'm sure you had value from this video. If you did, please give this video a like, leave your comments in the comment section, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and of course turn on the notification bell so you'll be informed whenever I make videos on graphic design and general internet tips and tricks. So thanks again for watching, and yeah, till I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe. Hello, Graceville Solutions, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to design this party flyer right in Photoshop. So if you're ready, let's head straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to create a new document. So you go to file and go to new, and then you give your project a title. So we can just say party flyer design, and then use a dimension of 1200 pixels by 1200 pixels and a resolution of 300. Okay, color mode RGB, since we're not going to print our design. All right, so and then you go down and click create. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to create a gradient fill. Okay, and by the way, these are the documents that we'll be using for this project. I will leave a link to where you can download them in the description box so you can practice along. All right, so I'm going to create a gradient layer, and so I'm going to go to my gradient, to my layer options right here, and click this, and I go for a gradient. Okay, now I have already okay, I already have the hexa codes of the gradient combinations we're going to use, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, select a gradient, go for this, click OK, sorry. Okay, let me just double click the thumbnail right here to edit the gradient combination. So I click this, go to this icon right here, click this, and I paste the first hexacode. I click OK. I go once again to my notepad, I copy the other hexacode, and I go to my project once again. I click this arrow, this tab rather, double click, open, Ctrl V to paste, and I click OK, OK, and OK. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my background. So I just navigate to the folder, and I'm going to click this and drag it into my Photoshop. Okay, click and drag it into Photoshop. Alright, so I'm going to position it something like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to create a mask layer for this background, because I want to brush off these edges so that you have that very smooth effect. So I go to my masking options, click this, and then I go to my toolbar and I take the brush tool, or just press the letter B on the keyboard, and then ensure your foreground color is set to black and your background color is set to white. Then under your brush tool or brush options, take the soft round brush like so. Alright, so I'm just going to brush off the edges of this, okay, just to give that pretty smooth effect. Brush it off, something like so. I think this is okay. Then I press the letter V to drop the brush tool, and I zoom out of my screen. So the next thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to reduce the opacity of this background. So I go to the opacity tab right here, and I slide this. Okay, let me just slide it in to when I think it's appropriate. Alright, I think something like this is okay. And then next up, I also bring in this other background, the bokeh background, okay, into my Photoshop. Click and drag, drop it like so, and I go to my blending options right here, and then change it to, let's see which one works best. Okay, screen overlay. I think soft light is cool, so let's go with soft light. Then of course I also reduce the opacity, just like I did for the other background. Reduce the opacity, something like this. Okay, zoom out. Then also let me brush off the edges. So once again I go to my layer options or my mask option. I click this to create a layer mask. Take my brush tool and I brush off the edges like so. So next up, I'm going to start adding my text. Alright, so I already have it open in my notepad, so I'm just going to copy this, Ctrl V, okay, Ctrl C to copy and V to paste. So before I paste it, let me just group this as my background. So I select the background layers, then I press Ctrl G to group, and I can rename this as background. Alright, so I'm going to start adding my text. So I take my text tool, and I already copied the text, so I'm just going to select all, Ctrl V to paste, and I change the color to white. Okay, go to my character panel, change this to white. Alright, then let me increase the leading, I think, to let me take it further to maybe 300. Alright, then I click this to drop it, then I reposition my, okay, let me resize it a bit, something like so. Okay, alright, so I'm going to give this a bit of a drop shadow. So I'm going to right click and go to blending options, and I go down to drop shadow, okay, and ensure it's set to black. Okay, and yeah, I can increase the distance a bit, and I think the spread is okay, and then I just go right ahead and I click OK. So I'm going to add another text, so I'm going to duplicate this by holding my Alt and click and drag it. Okay, sorry about that. Hold my Alt, click and drag to duplicate. So I type the word presents. Alright, so I'm going to change this to a pretty normal typeface. So I go to my character panel. I want this to be, I think, and by the way, but for the fonts I'm using Montserrat. Alright, so I can change this to a regular, just to Okay, I think this is fine. Then I can reduce the leading to maybe 200. Okay, this is fine. So I can group this text as top section. So I'm just going to select the layers, Ctrl G to group, and I can just rename it as top section. So next up, I'm going to bring in my model like so. I click this to drag, and then I'm going to give create a mask layer for the model, and then once again take my brush tool and just brush off this part. Alright, so okay, I think this is cool. So next up, I'm going to start adding my texts. So I'm going to first of all take my text to once again and type the word, okay, music by, go to my character panel to reduce the leading, and I go for a Montserrat bold. Okay, hold my alt key, click and drag, type in the word DJ Spice. Alright, so I can use a regular typeface for this. Alright, something like this, or let me just go for a medium. I think that's fine. Then I can change this color to, let me change the color of that character to sort of a light pink. Okay, something like so, just to differentiate it from okay, let me go for this. Okay, something like this. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to duplicate this text, alt click and drag, say gates open, and then let me duplicate this, alt click and drag, 3 p.m. and I resize this. So I can group these as, let me just say, side text. So I can group these elements and just call it side text. So Ctrl G, and I call that side text. Once again, you can use any name you want to for your layers, alright, as far as you understand what you're doing. Alright, so next up, I'm going to add my main caption. Okay, and type the word Fedora. I open up. Okay, then I go for, let me change the color to a white, or color to white color, and then let me go for a bold or extra bold. I think bold is fine, it's okay. Fedora. Alright, then what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to duplicate this. Alright, and then I'm going to just create a little effect on the text. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to turn off the fill layer on this one. Alright, then I go to blending options, then I give it a stroke, then I give it a stroke like so. I change the stroke to white like this, and I click OK. I drop my text to, and then I'm going to just reposition it to fit right behind this other text. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this text once again. So I hold my alt key, click and drag. Yes, let me rename this as night, JHT. Okay, drop my tool, and then I take the, okay, let me duplicate this, Ctrl J. I take it up and I bring it down. Okay, something like this, and I rename this as night as well. Okay, drop it, and then same way I did the first one. Alright, so let me just reposition it so it goes a bit further. Okay, so I think this is making much sense now. and then I'm going to add the word out. So take my text once again, type the word out. Okay. Sorry about OUT. Click this, drop my text tool. I'm going to minimize this, and then I use the font autograph. Alright, autograph, cool. And then change the color to something like a pink. Let me take it from the woman's wrist, whatever she's wearing, and then I resize this. Okay, something like so. Let me change the color once again. Let's take a much bolder shade of pink. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, let me reduce this so I have space for this. Alright, so I'm going to group my text, the main caption. So I'm going to select all these layers. Control. So I'm going to select the text layers, all of them. Hold my shift key, select all, Control G, group them. I can call it main text. Alright. And then I'm going to duplicate it in case, just as a backup. So I'm going to turn off one of the layers. Then I'm going to rasterize this layer. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to select yes, I'm going to select convert to smart object first, and then I right click again and I select rasterize layer. So next up, I'm going to go to my blending options. Okay, and I go down to gradient overlay. Alright, so I've already given it the gradient effect I wanted. So this is the first code, color code. Alright, it's 9AA3AC, and then the second one is just triple F. Sorry, that's EDEFF4. Alright, so if you're having value from this video, please give this video a like, share this video, and of course subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Alright, so next up, I'm going to add a bit of a glow to my caption. So to do that, I go down to where I have my layers right here. So I'm going to click create a new layer. Okay, and I'm just going to rename this as brushes or glow. Let me just say glow. Okay, so I'm going to take my brush tool by pressing the letter B on the keyboard. Now this what do you call it now, your foreground color should be set to, you can change it to, let me change it to something, to a bright color, something to have this little pink glow effect on the text. I'm going to click this, reduce the size of the brush a bit. I'm going to click that. Okay, then I go to my blending options right here, and I change it to something, let's say overlay, soft light, or linear dodge, something that will just bring out that pop. Alright, so I think this is nice. Then I can reduce it, bring it here. Then I can double click, sorry, let me drop that. I can double click, I can duplicate this rather, put another one here, and double click again, put another one here. Let me draw a shape over this. So I go to my rounded rectangle and just give this, okay, let me go for okay, a bit of deep purple or light purple, light shade of purple or something. Okay, or let me go for this glow. I think this is nice. Click OK, and then bring my text above it. So next up, I'm going to add the address. So I take my text once again, go to my notepad, and then I copy this, and then I come back to my Photoshop, take my text tool, Ctrl V to paste. Alright, and then let me minimize this. Okay, let me increase the leading. Go to my character panel, take this to about 100. All right. So I'm sure you're having value from this video. If you are, please give this video a like, share this video, and of course leave your comments in the comment section. If there's any part of this tutorial that's not clear, of course I will always be available to answer your questions in the comment section. All right. So next up, we're going to add a caution right here that says 18 only. So I'm going to go to my rectangle tool, and then I hold your shift key and just draw a bit of a rounded rectangle, or let me just do an ellipse instead. Let me do an ellipse. So let me drop this, let me get rid of this, let me use an ellipse instead. So I go once again to the rectangle, to my shape, to take an ellipse, hold your shift key, click and drag, hold your shift key and drag it, and then I change this to a red. I want a red. Okay, okay, change this to red, then click OK. So I'm going to add a sign, a warning sign for 18 years only. So that's why I want to use a red ellipse for that. Okay, so I take my text tool, and then I type the word 18 only, 18 plus. Okay, click this, and then I'm going to drag it into the ellipse like so, and then I minimize it. Okay, let me give this go to my blending options. Let me give it a drop shadow. All right, I think that's fine. Then I'm going to bring in this image of the wine. So I'm going to right click and say open in Photoshop. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to get rid of the white background. Now to do that, I go to my eraser tool right here. Okay, my eraser tool, take your magic eraser, and then you click on the image to get rid of the background. Okay, if you are using Photoshop 2020 and above, you can also remove the background by coming to your properties panel right here, and then you go to quick actions, and then you use remove background. So that's a pro tip if you're using Photoshop 2020. So I'm going to click this and drag it into my work area like so, and I'm going to convert it to a smart object. All right, and then I'm going to resize this. Okay, something like this, and then I'm going to duplicate this layer. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this image by pressing letter Ctrl J on my keyboard. All right, and then I press Ctrl T to transform it. Then I right click and I select flip vertically. All right, so then I'm going to drag it all the way down. Something like so. All right, something like so. Just take it up a bit, and then I'm going to reduce the opacity just to give it that little bit of perspective effect. Okay, to give a bit of that reflecting effect. All right. Okay, so I think that's cool. All right, so I'm going to add the text "drink responsibly." But let me adjust it a bit on the side. Okay, so you see this cool reflection effect. Okay, so that's how you create a reflection effect in Photoshop. Okay, so if you wish to do that, ensure you are using a dark background, because this effect won't reflect if you're using, if this bottle was on a lighter background. All right, so ensure before you create a reflection effect, the background most times has to be dark so that the reflection will be very, very visible. So next up, I'm going to add the text "drink responsibly." So I go to my text tool and type the word "drink responsibly," and then I resize this. Okay, so next up, I'm going to Ctrl T to transform. Then I right click and select rotate. I think flip vertically. No, not that. I think rotate clockwise or 180. No. Okay, let's see, counterclockwise. Yes, that's it, counterclockwise. So I'm going to bring this right like so. I'm going to use, let me increase the leading. Go to your character panel and increase the leading to 200. Let me change the fonts to Montserrat regular, I think. Yes, that's fine. And then I can just resize it. Okay, let me resize it like so. Let me increase the leading further to 200. Okay, so let me resize it a bit. Okay, so that's cool. Let me take it a bit to the side. Okay, something like this. I'll reduce it further. Alright, I think this is cool. Alright, so that's it. So this is how you design a beautiful party flyer in Photoshop. So if there's any part of this tutorial that's not clear, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section, and of course I will attend to every question and every comment. Alright, so thanks for watching, and give this video a like, share this video, and also subscribe to my channel, and of course don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be informed whenever I create awesome videos just like this. So till I see you in my next video, it's bye for now. Hello, so in this video I'll be showing how to get high quality copyright free stock images from Google. You are definitely going to love this. So if you're ready, let's head straight into the video. So we all know that Google is the biggest search engine in the world, and as a graphic designer, Google can definitely come in handy. So let's say I'm looking for an image, okay, of let's say a man. Let me just zoom in. Okay, a man typing on PC. All right, then I hit enter. Then I go to my images tab right here, and then so as you can see here, we have a ton of options, and they are all images only. Now I'm going to show you something. This particular result here, it's a copyrighted content. So as you can see, let me zoom into my screen. As you can see, there is a lot of watermark on these images, same as this one. Okay, these are copyrighted images. Okay, so you can't use these images if you don't have the license to use them, but I've got a fix to this particular issue. So in order to just get results that are not copyrighted content from your Google search, all you need to do is to navigate to this particular icon right here. All right, and then you're going to click it, and then you come down to where you have advanced search, and then it's going to open in a new window. So as you can see right here, you have different options. Okay, but what's of importance to us right here is this very one that says usage rights. Okay, so I'm going to click this and go to where I have Creative Commons licenses or commercial and other licenses. Okay, now what this means is that you can use if something is tagged as Creative Commons, it means okay, it's something that that is free to use, and you can use them in your project. So I'm going to click this Creative Commons license and go right ahead and click the advanced search. So as you can see right here, we're going to get just options that are copyright free. Okay, so I'm going to click any of these ones, and okay, let's go for this picture, or let me go for this first one. So as you can see right here, there are no watermarks on this image. Okay, so because we have completely filtered out the options. Okay, I'm going to check this out as well, and as you can see boldly, there are no copyrighted no watermarks on these images. So this is how you can get your copyright free high quality stock images from Google. All right, so to the bonus tip I talked about earlier, this website I'm going to show you right here is absolutely amazing. Now okay, you can get a ton of premium stock images for absolutely free. So let's say I'm searching for a man typing on his phone. All right, and I go right ahead and click search. We have a ton of high definition premium images. I mean images that you find as premium or paid images on other websites, you are going to get them on this website for absolutely free. And the best part is it comes in high definition. Okay, so as you can see, there are no watermarks at all, and of course the images, they are high definition and high quality. So I'll leave a link to this website in the description box as well. All right, so I'm sure you had value from this video. If you did, please give this video a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel because I make a ton of videos on graphic design and general internet and tech tips and tricks. So till I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe. Hello my creative friend, let us design this birthday flyer in Adobe Photoshop. So create a new document and bring in your background. Ensure it fills up the canvas. Hit enter. Next up, add some blur effects. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Just follow my process. Okay, I'm using the blur radius of 36 and click OK. Then I'm going to draw a rectangle. Take my rectangle tool and give it a fill color, that. And then I'm also going to give it the rounded corners of a radius of 10. Then I'm going to duplicate this into 4 places. All right. Then next up, I'm going to group the rectangles and then call it a rectangle. By the way, it's Ctrl G to group. All right. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to duplicate it, turn off the copy, and then I'm going to rasterize this layer. Blending options, right click, and convert to smart object. And then I'm going to go to blending options and give it a stroke color. I'm going to give it a stroke of white or an off-white, then change the option to inside and reduce it. Then next up, I'm going to bring in the image of the model, drag it in here. Okay, place it above the rectangle. And then I'm going to right click and say create clipping mask. I'm going to adjust the image to fill up the rectangles, something like so. And then I'm going to call this model, Ctrl G to group it. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring in the other image. Okay, another image, duplicate image of the model. And then I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to come here. And then I'm going to fade it into the background. Reduce the opacity, like so. And then I'm going to create a clipping mask, a layer mask. And then take my brush tool. Ensure your foreground color is set to black and just brush off the image slowly. And then I'm going to duplicate this image right here. Bring another copy here. So if you're finding this video useful, please like this video. Leave your questions in the comment section. Share this video with your friends and other designers. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I make a lot of design videos every week. So next up, I'm going to add a light effect to the background image right here. So I'm going to create a new layer. And this should be, yes. And then I'm going to take my brush tool by pressing the letter B on the keyboard. Come here. Choose a bright color. Okay. Bright color here. Click OK. And then I'm going to drop it here. And then I'm going to go to where I have my blending options. Yes, I think an overlay is cool. All right, so next up, I'm going to add this confetti image. Drop it. Okay, like so. And then go to blur to add some blur effect. Blur, Gaussian blur. And reduce it just a little bit. Click OK, and then click create a layer mask on the confetti. Just brush off a bit of it, and then reduce the opacity. It doesn't compete. Yeah, something like this. So next up, I'm going to start adding my text, and then I'm going to take my text tool and then hold, click and drag it, and then I'm going to go to the text document right here. I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this. All right, I'm going to paste it right here. And then I'm going to change the font to eccentric Gothic. I think I like the italics. The italicized regular. Yeah. Okay, this is one. This is cool. And then I'm going to change this to a white color. Drop our text tool. So I'm going to take my ellipse tool now, hold my shift key, position it like so, and I'm going to give it a white stroke. Fill, I don't want a fill on this. Give it a white stroke, and then I want a pixel of 3. So I'm going to take my text tool. I'm going to go to the document text layer again, copy this, April, take our text tool, April, and hit shift and enter, 25th. I'm going to change this font to a Betty Lavia, and then I'm going to drag it into the ellipse. Just position it like so. And then finally, I'm going to take my shape tool, draw a little rectangle, and then I don't want to fill, and then just give the stroke. I want a stroke of an off-white, so let me go with this color, and then let me give this stroke of 3 pixels, and then a rounded rectangle of let's go for a 7. The edges. All right, so I'm gonna take my text to, let me go with my text document once again, copy this, come to our ellipse. Okay, let me click outside, take my text tool and Ctrl V to paste, and then I'll drag it into the shape, the rectangle, adjust it, and then I'm going to change the name of the client, the model. Copy this and change this to a Century Gothic bold. Let me make it a Century Gothic italicized bold. I think it's better. So that's it. Our birthday flyer is done and dusted. If you found this video useful, give the video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel because I make a ton of graphic design videos every week. And of course, don't fail to share this video with other designers as well. So thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. The first thing you have to do is to duplicate your image by pressing Ctrl J, and then come to where you have select and select subject. And then I'm going to come down here to give the layer mask. Next up, I'll take my text tool by pressing the letter T on the keyboard, and then I'm going to type my text and then expand it to fill up the space, the canvas. Next up, I'm going to convert this to a smart object. So I'm going to right click and say convert to a smart object. And then next up, I'm going to duplicate this layer, Ctrl J once again, and then drag one of the layers, the text layers, beneath one of the image layers. And then select the first layer, the first text layer, and then go to where you have fill and turn it all the way down to 0. So still on the first text layer, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to where I have blending options. And then you come to where you have stroke right here. And then of course you can also increase the size of the stroke. So I can just say, let me make this a 4. And then you can also change the color of the stroke. And then I'm going to create a clipping mask. I'm going to right click and say create clipping mask. Next up, I'm going to select both text layers. So hold my Control key on the keyboard, select both text layers, and come to where you have this link icon right here, and link both text layers. So as you can see, you can drag the two texts along. They are both linked together. All right, so that's it. This is how you can create this simple text effect in Adobe Photoshop. Let me walk you through the process of designing this sports flyer in Adobe Photoshop. So create a new document and then bring in your background. So next up, I'm going to bring in my image. So I'm not going to drag this into my work area, and I'm going to ensure it fills up the space. So I'm going to go to my mask layer right here to give the mask, to create a layer mask. Then I'm going to take my brush tool by pressing the letter B on the keyboard, or should I use the gradient tool? Okay, let me use the gradient tool. Now ensure that your background color is set to black. Take my gradient tool right here, or just press the letter G on the keyboard and slowly take it up like so. So next up, I'm going to bring in another image. So I'm going to go with this one, and I'll leave a link to these images in the description box. So just check it out and recreate your own flyer and hit me up on my social media handles. All right, so I'm going to do the same for this one. hit enter. I'm going to rename this as image 2. So I'm going to repeat the process, create a new layer, layer mask, take your gradient to pressing letter G on the keyboard. Now ensure your foreground color set to white. All you need to do is to swap this. And then once again, slowly take it off, like so. So next up, I'm going to bring in the third image and drag it into my work area. All right, so I'm going to repeat the same process for this one. And then take my brush, pressing letter B on the keyboard, and just slowly brush it off. So I'm going to group the 3 images, Ctrl G, and call them images. So if you're finding this video useful already, please like the video. If you've got questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll attend to them as soon as possible. So right now I'm going to add my text, resize this. I'm going to change this to a white color. Okay, go to my, change this to white color. And then I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to Ctrl T to transform 90 degrees counterclockwise. Yes, like this. All right, so what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to apply a feed blur effect to the text. I'm going to come to my filter right here, and I'm going to go to a blur gallery. Yes, and then I go to my feed blur. Okay, I need to convert to a smart object first. Okay, let me do that. So what I'm going to do now is that on the text, I'm going to click a particular point. Okay, let me click here and make the blur to be 0. Okay, let me make the blur to be 0. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to come here and reduce the blur a bit. So it should go from blur to sharp. Okay, something like this. Okay, let me take out this blur effect. Let me bring it here. Let me bring it somewhere like here. Okay, let me reduce the blur a bit. So just follow my process. And yeah, so when you are done, you click OK. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to just gradually fade the text a bit. So I'm going to add the layer mask to this. Take my gradient tool, pressing letter G, and just scroll up a bit. Yes. So next up, I'm going to add the date to this. So I'm going to go to my resource file or folder, drag this into my work area, bring it in like so. And I'm going to take my text to pressing letter T on the keyboard, and I'm going to type the date. So 25th April 2025. Then I'm going to take my text to, and I'm going to use the word Century Gothic. Century Gothic. I'm thinking it's the regular. Just let's go for the regular. Century Gothic regular. I think that's better. And then I'm going to drag it into. Then I go to my character panel. Let me go to my character panel right here, and I'm going to increase put the leading on auto. Let me just extend the text a bit. Perfect. All right, so next up, I'm going to come down right here and then add my text. So I'm going to take my text too and just type in this word, tickets on sale. I'm going to duplicate this. Hold your Alt key on the Windows. Hold your Alt key, click and drag it to duplicate, and type www.gamedayhub.com. And then I'm going to duplicate this once again. I'm going to say call, phone number to call, plus. All right. So I'm going to add my barcode. Let me locate where I have this barcode on my system. Barcode, yeah, this is it. So I'm going to drag it in Yeah, I have two barcodes. Which do I use now? Okay, let me try this one. See which one works best. Okay, so I'm going to bring this here. I think this one works best here. I'm going to put this here. So finally, I'm going to bring in, let me go to the resource file here. I'm going to bring in this texture image like so, and position it, take it up and drag it all the way down. Hit enter. Texture. So I'm going to give it a layer mask, control. I'm going to click this, take my brush tool, ensure your foreground color is set to black, and I'm going to just brush off some parts of the texture on the image like so. So that's pretty much it. Our sports flyer is done and dusted. If you found this video useful, please like this video, share this video to other designers, and of course don't fail to subscribe to my channel, because you are showing me some support and some love, and you're encouraging me to keep making videos such as this. And also turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I make amazing videos just as this one. So thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in my next video.